Hello there folks, these are the hands of me, Dan Brown, from a sort of interesting life.com, and I'm about to move into shot here, and this is going to be a very weird camera angle because it's quite difficult to do a run through of something of this size. And this here is the Berghaus 24/7 30-litre rucksack. This is replacing my 25-litre 24/7 Berghaus rucksack. My goodness me, there's a lot of numbers being thrown around here. Basically, this is what I've been using for my day-to-day general commuting, wherever I'm going, whether it's out to my little boat that I live on or into town to go shopping and so on. I do also have a Jack Pike rucksack. I'll put links to those closer looks and reviews in the description below. But now, what we really want to see is this, or certainly what I really want to see. Now, I can only apologise if this camera angle and seeing this sort of mid part of my body is a little bit odd, as it certainly feels slightly unusual compared to how my normal unboxing videos are done, with the camera about here facing straight down to the table. So, out of the packet we come. And the first thing that I'll say is that my immediate impression of this is it's pretty much exactly what I expected it to be in terms of the size and so on. And if I just grab the 25-litre one here, you can see that it does look bigger, but that might just be because this one's obviously completely pressed flat. But it's not as if it's like the world's biggest difference of, wow, look at this, this is like, you can fit an extra fish tank in here or something crazy like that. So before I keep saying more and more stupid stuff on camera, let's get into having a proper look. So, if we flip this round, I think the first thing we'll do is go for opening of the main big pocket here. And that is pretty much exactly what the inside of the 25-litre backpack is like. Exactly the same style, two sort of pockets here with the mesh on the front, slightly bigger pocket and then a key loop there. And then what I've always thought is a very handy feature is having your sort of built-in laptop sleeve there, which doesn't go right to the very bottom of the backpack, if that makes sense. If I put my hand in here, this may be a totally chaotic thing, but my hand is at the bottom of the laptop sleeve, and that is about there in the actual backpack. So that, in theory, stops you dropping your bag down if you've got an iPad or a laptop or something in it, and just dropping that straight flat onto whatever surface you're dropping it on, with only a tiny thin bit of fabric between it. So, first things first, the inside here, that's exactly what I expected. I haven't seen any pictures or anything at all of the inside of this backpack, so I was slightly worried about it, but that is pretty much exactly as I had envisioned it. So, coming around to the front, this is where it gets slightly different to the 25 litres. You can see we've got this pocket on the front here rather than the little pocket up on the side there, but you do still have your clips for walking poles or whatever. I normally put my cap and any sort of for example, if I've got two bike helmets or anything like that for any reason, I'll have a plastic bag with the second helmet looped in it, or just loop various latches and things straight through onto that, or onto those. And of course you can put it down if you use walking poles, stuff like that. I'm just going to check that everything's still in shot how I've been envisioning it should be at this point. Not bad, not bad. So, as I was saying, on to the actual proper outdoors part of this. Outdoors, the outside of the backpack. Nothing really sort of revolutionary or wildly unexpected when you look at it. You got your two mesh pockets on the outside here, exactly as you would imagine and standard on many, many backpacks. Then here we have got a side pocket, which this goes behind this section here. As I say, again, if I put my hand in there, my hand is basically now all in this section behind the inner pocket there. Again, I'm hoping that all this is all nicely in shot, but at the very least, just by giving you the look at the inside, it'll prove slightly useful to anybody. So then, what have we got on this big front pocket here? Unzipping that, this is actually quite a large area. Now this obviously cuts into the inside of the backpack. I don't know if you can see that there. So anything that you want to cram into there is obviously going to be also taking up room on the inside main pocket, But that is equally not to say that it's not going to be very handy. For example, in fact, why don't we just do this right now? Right, I'm going to just grab a couple of random bits and pieces that we can start cramming into this and give a general gist of what it looks like as it gets fuller and fuller. So here we go. First of all, something like just nice and simple waterproof gloves. If they're wet or damp or anything, how perfect is this pocket going to be to have them separately stored away? Or just to store stuff in separately, as normally I obviously have to put everything that I have in the main compartment here. So that means if I've got, say for example, me GoPro, if I'm out biking, and that's at the bottom below all of the waterproofs and general extra bits and pieces that might be in that main compartment there, that means obviously it's a lot more difficult to get out, whereas having a proper separate pocket to put things like waterproofs and, I don't know, extra layers. I mean, for example, I have a little snood and scarf thing that I wear when I'm on my bike, so that normally stays in my bag for when I get on my bike it turns out to be colder than I thought, etc. So we've suddenly got a completely separate pocket to start filling up with that sort of stuff. As I say, I normally have my cap and stuff that I'll loop over that, and really, I'm quite interested in this now. It's not entirely the design that I was expecting. I was expecting this part here to be not just one massive pocket, but now that I've seen that, and we flip this around, you can see instantly, now that's in that separate pocket in there. So that's completely separate from the inside stuff, so easy to just chuck out of the way. I mean, for example, when you actually push it out of the way, this is still a huge area on the inside of the bag to be filling up with stuff. So, fill it up with stuff we shall. Chuck in a jumper. Again, I suppose, this is not how I treat all of my clothes, just cramming them in left, right and centre everywhere. But yeah, the general gist. Waterproofs and the jumper in there now, just to give it a bit of a shape. So that looks more like how it will look rather than a completely flat backpack. What else have I got to hand? Well, a ton of notebooks for a start. If we just chuck... I really don't know, you know. I wonder... Standard moleskin large notebook. Oh, look at that. Just doesn't quite fit in that front back pocket. Maybe with a little bit of coercion, but I'm going to say that's not quite a fit. Oh, how typical was that? But basically, I think a laptop obviously is always handy to demonstrate with. In goes 13-inch MacBook. You can see just how that nestles down inside there. Again, there's plenty of room around it. Certainly could get a slightly bigger laptop. I'm not sure exactly how big I would want to go, but you can see that that's easily nestled in there. Plenty of room all around it. Even when you zip it up there, I think you could still fit in a good, like a large coat and stuff, cram that in there. Obviously water bottles and all the rest of it. What else? Just for the finishing touch of how it will likely be looking when I'm using it for a lot of the time. Chuck my cap onto the clip on the back there. Obviously things like this pocket here is where I often will just put money and me wallet and notebook, that sort of thing. So that's obviously nice and simple again. But really, that's not looking too bad. I suppose we should finally finish up with the straps. Got your little extra strap here that you can clip different bits and pieces on if you've got hydration systems and so on. It's got your little loop in the top so you can have your camelback or whatever. Oh, a little hole in the top there, sorry, so that you can obviously feed the tube up out to go down here if you do want to use it for hiking and have some sort of water pack in your backpack. Then you've got your sternum strap across here. We pop that open. Again, it is pretty much exactly how you would envision it. I mean, when we put those side by side, you can see just how similar the basic design and whole, well, just literally every single part is basically there. Of your little strap, sternum strap, and then obviously along the bottom, or I was going to say obviously along the bottom, for some reason I was expecting this to have a clip along there, but it does not. Right, in that case, we've seen just about everything. On that note, I think I will flip this around and say thank you very much for watching. Hope it's been useful if you've been looking at bags on the internet. Like I say, I will post the link in the description to this, the 25-litre version, and also to my other Jack Pike backpack, which I use for more actual sort of going out on day trips and walking, and this is more my daily sort of use bag. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's useful, all that sort of stuff as usual. Feel free to check out my other videos for loads of weekly boating videos, biking, kayaking, walking, loads of the outdoors. If you're looking for these bags, then perhaps it might be the sort of stuff you're interested in. Until the next time though, please do have a look around, subscribe. Feel free to add me personally on Facebook and Twitter and all that sort of stuff for loads of outdoors pictures. And until the next time, keep it boat worthy, keep it bag worthy, and of course, farewell.